Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL week, and week number 15, boys and girls. Not too bad, 10 out of 16, 62.5%. I can live with myself for another fucking week as we roll over into week number 16, boys and girls, and we had no Thursday games. We are going to have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games. So, here we go. 16 fucking games this weekend. I'm excited. And the excitement starts off with a bit of a curious matchup. The Houston Texans taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm calling for a Houston win. Despite Jameis Winston looking like a decent quarterback last week, I feel the Houston Texans are somehow, someway going to button themselves up, look decent enough to win their own goddamn division, which is a clusterfuck in its own. And Tampa Bay is just going to swirl around the toilet, the proverbial toilet ride that they've been riding for, I don't know, nearly 2 damn decades. So there you go, guys. Texans with the win there. Now, this next game, the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. I'm going to go ahead and say the Patriots win this game, but the Buffalo Bills bring it really close because the Bills know how to make Tom Brady uncomfortable. They are fantastic on the defensive side. My only issue is Josh Allen and the offense as to how much they're going to be limited by that Patriots defense, which has been amazing this season. I mean, that has been one of the fundamental reasons why the Patriots have been so dominant, that defense. And so I think the New England Patriots win it, but you're going to see Buffalo just punching people in the mouth, especially a guy like Tom Brady from the defensive side of Buffalo. So New England with the win. So the next game, boys and girls, is the primetime big game for Saturday night, and that is the LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. In San Francisco, I don't know what it is. I really think the Rams are going to win this game outright. I don't know however many points they win it by, but I just have a feeling the Rams, after getting their teeth knocked in by the Dallas Cowboys, they're feeling to take it out on somebody. And you know what? They have been, 2-0 against the Arizona Cardinals, 1-1 against the Seahawks. They are 0-1 against the 49ers. I don't think they're going to go 0-2. I think the 49ers looked really, really mortal last week, despite however many fucking people try to deify them. I always like to fucking step them down, right? Their performances are interesting, but I never saw the San Francisco 49ers, especially on the offensive side, to be that distinguished or that exemplary. So, in my opinion, I think the Rams will make the 49ers day a nightmare in Santa Clara. And week 17, 49ers are headed off to Seattle. So, yeah, fucking roughing them up real good, Rams. We're rooting for you, Rams. I can't believe I'm fucking saying those words. But, yeah, as a Seahawks fan, I'm hoping the fucking Rams beat the shit out of the 49ers. So, good luck. Jesus Christ. Well, we continue the action into Sunday morning, where the Jacksonville Jaguars will take on the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to win this and ruin their fucking draft pick even further. And the thing with Jacksonville, all the news and stuff coming out about, the medical records and the team and how players are fined exorbitant fees. And there's just general distrust with the management and Tom Coughlin actually getting fired midweek. I think that chaos and disarray is going to have a lot to do with the on-field mediocrity. And somehow, someway, the Atlanta Falcons are going to look like their dominant selves when they played, oh God, what was that team? The Carolina Panthers a couple weeks ago when they won like 40-20 or some bullshit like that. So the Atlanta Falcons will perplex us even more. Dan Quinn just trying to fucking save his job, but I would say let the guy go. I mean, he's only proven how much of a lackluster fuck he is, especially in the clinical moments. And so I think the Falcons win, but overall, what the hell is the point of winning? So let's move on to the next game. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. I think the Baltimore Ravens win this one outright. I think the Cleveland Browns are done with the season. They are dejected. They don't want to play anymore. They aren't even looking forward to taking on Cincinnati in week 17. I think this team is completely done playing for Freddie Kitchens. I think a guy like OBJ has to be traded out. And you have to just build your team around for the future. I can't believe the season has turned out the way it did, but what a disaster. What a disaster of a season. Hopefully Baker can bounce back in the next season, but I think this game is a wash. Baltimore probably blows them out by 14 points or more. And so there you go. Ravens the winner in that game and just stamping their fucking mark all over the AFC North. Kudos to the fucking Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Carolina Panthers will be taking on the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts are going to win this game. For whatever reason, I feel as though the Panthers starting Will Grier will be a very interesting story and will probably garner some points and attention. But I think Frank Reich can ease himself into a win here. I mean, squeak by with the win is what I meant to say. And I don't think it's going to be a convincing win. I think it's just going to be some lucky-ass bullshit win that Indianapolis just gets away with. And so let's move on to the next game. The fucking toilet bowl that we've all been waiting for. The Miami Dolphins hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. Holy shit. Dolphins win the actual game. The Cincinnati Bengals win the Tank Bowl. That's what I think is going to happen. Inevitably, I think the Bengals are going to fucking lose this goddamn game in week 16. Inevitably, also, they will lose week 17 against the Browns unless the Browns completely want to fucking embarrass themselves and give up on everything. And they fucking let a potential 1-14 team go 2-14. Jesus Christ, that's going to be some embarrassing ass shit. But the Miami Dolphins said no to the fucking tank after week 8 or 9, which is some stupid ass bullshit. But the fucking Bengals have continued to steep further into the descent that is known as tanking to get a guy like Joe Burrow. So yeah, go ahead and get Joe Burrows, man. Have fun with that shit. That's going to be a fucking nightmare. But that's who I think is going to win, Miami. And for the next game, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. You know, I have a weird feeling the Jets are going to win. For whatever reason, when you count out the Jets, they're going to do well. Because in this occasion, the fucking Steelers have to win. They have to win to stay in the playoff picture. Otherwise, it's a goddamn clusterfuck down the line in week 17. And Pittsburgh is going to they're going to be taking on a calamitous task in week 17 to take on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. So this is a game they have to win. But for whatever reason, I think the Jets play spoiler here with Adam Gase's crazy ass fucking meth slayer and the Ghost Boy and Sam Darnold are going to rise up and spook you in the middle of fucking December, nearing Christmas time. But there you go. That's the present for goddamn Pittsburgh. So let's move on to the next game. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Tennessee Titans. I think the Tennessee Titans will bring this game close, but inevitably, I say inevitably a lot today because I feel like a lot of these things are going to fall within the picture or same frame as what we envision a lot of these teams to do. The Saints, I think, win. You can see Drew Brees marching down in the fourth quarter with about 50 seconds left, just pa, 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 pa. 10-yard, 11-yard, 15 yards, pa, 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 pa. And then a Will Lutz field goal. Da! Game over. I could see something like that happening, but the Saints have been on a roll, and they are looking to maybe solidify a spot for the NFC first seed. So we're going to see how that goes about. But the Titans have been looking relatively promising, but falling a bit short, especially a loss like that last week against the Houston Texans. Just a bummer for them. But a bummer for all of us just watching this next game is going to be the Giants taking on the Washington Redskins. I think the Giants win this, but yeah, that's great. You have a above 500 career record for Eli Manning. Fantastic. Great. Are we done? Are we fucking done with the Giants season? Can we stop talking about them? Can Dwayne Haskins go to an actual legitimate fucking team without just shit-ass fucking ownership and executive management? I mean, just come on, man. What a disaster. Now let's move on to this next game before I get more triggered. The Detroit Lions taking on the Denver Broncos. Yeah, Detroit is crap. I think the Broncos win this game outright, probably by 10 points or more. Just the way Drew Lock looks composed, especially probably being this at home, behind a crowd that looks and for any goddamn optimism in a quarterback. I think Drew Lock is going to lock this in. Now, let's move on to the next game. The Oakland Raiders taking on the LA Chargers in a home stadium for LA, which is going to be predominantly Lakers, Dodgers. Jesus, Raiders fans. Oh, fucking Freudian slip. You live in LA. I love my Lakers and Dodgers. Fucking LA slip up, man. But the Raiders having history in Los Angeles will also garner a lot of fandom out there in the Chargers home field, which, yeah, the Raiders need a bit of a punching bag right now, especially the way they lost to Jacksonville last week. They're looking to come back, and I think the Chargers are going to be looking new ways to lose. And this is the game I think the Oakland Raiders actually pump themselves up and feel good about themselves and actually go out there and win it. Or it could be the game they fucking choke really bad and get blown out 30-5. So, hopefully, Oakland Raiders get that win there. Now, the next few games are going to be pretty crazy. Now, let's talk about this game. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles. I really don't know what it is about this Eagles team, but as bad as they are, as terrible as they have been, and I know every part of my logic screams the Dallas Cowboys are better. The dysfunction, the relative malaise that the Dallas Cowboys have been playing with, I think it's going to backfire on them. I think you're going to see a Philadelphia Eagles team ripe and ready to go, despite the injuries. They're going to come out and say, fuck you. We're going to take this goddamn win. We're going to take this division with the sloppy ass fucking record to go with it and make some noise in playoffs. And best of luck to the Eagles. And I don't have any animosity towards the Dallas Cowboys, but Jesus Christ, all the talent and money you've spent, and this is all you have to show for? This is terrible. I mean, this is a must-win game, but I just don't think the Cowboys are going to get behind themselves and win it. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to find motivation, a little bit of angst and anxiety, and let all that shit out against the Cowboys. And Dak's dancing hips, that crazy shit. And, shout out to Dallas, man. I actually really love the city of Dallas. Went there over the weekend, had a fantastic time, fell in love with the city. And, yeah, shout out to Dallas, man. Treat football like a religion, make me appreciate football that much more. Now, let's talk about this next afternoon game, the last afternoon game, in my opinion. I think that's all relative to which one airs first based on Fox or CBS, whatever the fucking TV contract rules on that. But enough tangents. The Seattle Seahawks hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle Seahawks are going to win and beat the fuck out of the Arizona Cardinals by 14 goddamn points. And here's the goddamn thing. I think the Seahawks are going to come out of this game in the first half looking rugged, looking like they got punched in the face, and maybe behind by 3 or so many points. I think the Cardinals have that kind of potential. But in the second half, Russell Wilson's going to wake up. Russell Wilson, Chris Carson, CJ Prosise. For the love of God, stop fumbling the fucking ball. But I think behind Pete Carroll's 100th regular season win, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be that much more motivated. They're going to be looking at this shit and thinking, this is a championship game. We have to win this. Because, yes, winning the next 2 games outright can guarantee a first-round bye in the playoffs. We need that, Seattle. We absolutely need that for the health of our players, for the betterment of this team in the longevity of the playoffs. Because, let's be honest, man, it's not a 17-week excursion for the real journey. It's a 20-week excursion. 21 if you're being real generous there. But I'm feeling good about the Seahawks. I've been feeling really good about them this season and been wrong about them, what, 3 times, is that right? Yeah, they're 11-3. So I've been wrong about that 3 times. Been right about that all other 11 times. So hopefully the Seattle Seahawks can grab a win. Go Hawks. Now, the evening game, the Saturday night football game on Sunday night. Saturday night, Jesus Christ, I get all fucking confused with my dates. But Sunday night football. Sunday night football. Sunday night football. Jam it in your face. Sunday night football. Sunday night football. Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Chicago Bears. Bears. But the Bears are going to lose. Horribly. to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bears, stop fooling yourselves. You don't have a real quarterback. I know Mitchell Trubisky's a nice kid, but come on. He couldn't fucking hold a candle to Dak. Period. Sorry, yeah, he got that fucking win against a fucking hapless defense in Dallas. But Jesus Christ, Chicago is just fooling themselves into thinking they got a viable team. Kansas City is going to just walk in there and just fucking rub their dicks all over and grab a goddamn win. It's going to be hilarious to watch, and the Chicago fans are going to cry. Because, yeah, there's no playoff hopes for you, period. Now, the last game, Monday Night Football game, huge implications for the playoffs down the line. And who will win the NFC North? The Minnesota Vikings hosting the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going to do something crazy that I haven't done in a while. I'm picking Minnesota in prime time. I am picking the Minnesota Vikings to win and beat the Green Bay Packers outright on Monday Night Football. Somehow, someway, Dirk Cousins is going to look like Kirk Cousins, a man who is worth that exorbitant contract that the fucking Vikings decided was a good idea, and just pleasantly surprise people. I don't know. Something about the swagger the Vikings have been playing with. That's been pretty palpable. As for the Packers, I don't really know what to say about that defense. I really don't. It's a toss-up each and every night. Like, you're probably going to get a decent number in the defense. Yeah, the analytics nerds might love Aaron Rodgers and that defense, but I'm watching each and every one of these games and still thinking to myself, is this it? Like, is this all Green Bay has to offer? All right. Okay, sure. Like, do you want me to clap for you? Is that what you want? You want a pat on the back? Because I don't really see all that impressive thing in Green Bay. So there you have it, boys and girls. I'm going to go ahead and lock my picks right there. So starting from the top, Saturday night, all of Saturday, really. The Houston Texans, New England Patriots, the LA Rams. So let's start it off again, boys and girls. Jesus Christ, making a lot of mistakes. Smoking all that weed does that to you, motherfuckers. But here we go. Starting off from the top. Houston Texans, New England Patriots, LA Rams, Atlanta Falcons, Baltimore Ravens, Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, New Orleans Saints, New York Giants, Denver Broncos, Oakland Raiders, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Minnesota Vikings. So, boys and girls, there you have it. Follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. No, fuck off.